Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. Karine Silva versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Karine Silva is 29 years old. Cachoeira is 34. Karine has 15-4 for her record. She's got a good amount of experience, even more experience than Cachoeira. The thing is, Cachoeira has more valuable experience. She's been in the UFC for a long time now. All four of her losses come in the UFC. She was submitted twice by Valentina Shevchenko in her debut. Not a lot of shame in that one. And also Jillian Robertson, which there's not much shame in that either. You know, Jillian's an excellent submission artist. But there might be a little shame in trying to fucking rip her eyes out as you're being submitted, which she tried to do. But either way, just pretend that never happened. She also has two losses via decision. One to Luana Carolina, one to Molly McCann. She's capable of being out-hustled, certainly capable of being out-grappled, and if she's in any sort of fight on the feet, she's in it. I mean, even if you dominate her, like Ji Yeon Kim did, she's still in the fight, because Cachoeira has that Diego Sanchez in her, where she throws those Vanderlei Silva strikes and she marches forward, and that's how Diego Sanchez won plenty of decisions over Ross Pearson, Takanori Gomi, fucking Martin Kampman, whoever the hell else. But Cachoeira, yeah, she's very capable. If you don't take her down and if you don't control her or get her out of there, she's very much in the fight. Any fight on the feet. Karine Silva, she's got 15 wins, 15 finishes. 9 via TKO, 6 via submission. She's a capable striker, but a good amount of those TKOs come on the ground. She's a capable grappler. As for her 6 submission victories, all 6 of them come via different method. 6 different ways, I should say. She's got one armbar, one heel hook, which is nice because she actually was tapped out with a knee bar. She's got 2 losses via submission. One of them is a knee bar to McNaughton, that girl Marina McNaughton, who got it with a knee bar. And a few fights later, she ended up getting her own win via heel hook. But the reason I bring up her different methods of submission victory is because she's going to need that, I think, to get Cachoeira out of there. And I trust Karine Silva to be dangerous and opportunistic with her submission attempts. Her 4 losses, Karine, come 1 via TKO, 2 via submission, and 1 via decision. The 2 submissions are the McNaughton knee bar, which happened in like a minute or so, under a minute. And then she also lost by armbar to Marina Moroz, which happened in like a minute and a half. But both of those fights, it kind of made her look very weak as a grappler, because both girls insisted on their submissions like 3 or 4 times, kept going back to it, and then finally got it. So it wasn't the greatest look, but I'd say despite those losses, and they are some years ago at this point, the way she's looked in victory, especially over Poliana Botelho in her last fight, and also her other fights, I trust her as a submission artist, and I think she's certainly good enough to get Cachoeira out of there. As a striker, she's capable too, Karine Silva. I don't think she wants to be striking with Cachoeira, because Cachoeira has that serious power. I mean, Cachoeira's finished the majority of her fights. She's finished 7 of her 12 victories, but her UFC victories, which are the most important fights, she's gotten by TKO, aside from the Ji Yeon Kim fight. She knocked out Ariane Lipski in her last fight very early, just clipped her against the cage and knocked her out. She knocked out Shanna Dobson, Gina Mazzani, and you could say what you will about these girls. Oh, they're breakable, they're limited, or whatever, but, not too many girls are knocking them out. It's Priscilla Cachoeira getting the knockout over her. So Cachoeira is definitely one of the more dangerous girls, and I don't think Silva wants to invite Cachoeira into the fight by throwing down. Her striking should be a means to an end, and I think it will be. I'm trusting Karine Silva to get this fight down to the ground and win it in one way or another. I've bet on her money line at minus 190, and her submission lines. What the hell are they? I don't know. I bet on her winning by submission in rounds 1 and 2. I don't know. I didn't write down the bets, but I bet on that. And I also like her money line, minus 190. Also, the under at minus 155. While I don't trust that as much as Karine Silva winning the fight, I do think there's some value to that, because if Cachoeira wins, it's probably going to be via knockout. And I'd say more so than not, Karine Silva will probably win via submission. So, little value there on the under 2.5 rounds. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.